Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are wide awake from your sleep till now. So, I welcome you all to this Dharohar webinar session. My name is Julie Chandnani, and I'm from 2016-18 batch, the IIS University. Currently, I'm working with ICICI Securities as a senior relationship manager. With me, I have Mr. Puneet Sharma, my super senior, or I would add one more super to it. He is from 2009-11 batch, and currently he's working with State Bank of India as a deputy manager. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Julie, and thank you so much. I'm doing good. How are you?
All good, sir.
Thank you so much, Julie, for this lovely introduction. First of all, I would like to give my warm regards to my Triple M family to provide me this opportunity to speak about NPA and its resolution. And good morning, everyone. I am Puneet Sharma. I am from 2009-11 batch. I have done my MBA in Finance and Major and Marketing in Minor. And thereafter, I got placed in IndusInd Bank. There I worked for almost 1 year in corporate banking sector. And meanwhile, I have given State Bank of India probationary officer exam. And there I joined State Bank of India in July 2012. And since then till now, I've been working with State Bank of India. During my 8 years of journey in State Bank of India, I have worked in many departments. I have worked in general banking. I have worked in credit. I have worked in other agribusiness. And now, from last 1 year, I have landed in NPA in and its resolution. So there I have been, resolving the NPA of the bank covering Rajasthan territory. So that's it's about me. Thank you so much.
That's great, sir. It's good to hear such an enriching experience from you. So, here we are to discuss about the NPA, that is non-performing assets and their recovery. So, first of all, we would like to know that how your journey started from Triple I till State Bank of India.
Yeah, it's been very good. It's been challenging also. So because in college we used to talk about or we used to study about the technical theoretical part. But while moving from college to the banks or to the market, I must say you will be you come to know about the practicality. Whatever you have learned, what have you studied, how you are going to implement in the market. So it was a good and nice journey from Triple IM to State Bank of India till date. And by God's grace and by God blessings of my family and my faculty, I've been working very hard and working very good. It's been a wonderful journey, I must say.
Thank you, sir. So, with this, like, as we have this discussion topic, we have seen that there are mixed perceptions about what NPA is. So, like, there are mixed views that people have. So, first of all, I would like to know that what exactly NPA is.
Yeah. So, like before going to NPA, that is non-performing asset, we should understand what is performing asset. Any account or any asset which is in bank, which is not problematic, which is not, giving stress to bank, which are regular, are performing asset. That means they are making income to bank. While NPA, non-performing asset, is a problematic account or asset which is giving problem to bank stress, which is not generating income either as per the RBI, act or as per RBI guidelines. I just say you some theoretical things. I'll tell you. Interest or installment which of principal remains undue over a period of 90 days, more than 90 days, that account will become NPA in terms of term loan. In terms of cash credit or overdraft, if the interest is not paid for the tenure of more than 90 days, that account will become NPA. Or in case of bills discounted or purchased, if the same is unpaid or irregular for the period of 90 days, 91st day, it will be stamped as NPA. So anything which is out of order more than 90 days, it becomes NPA. It will apply in all financial institution or banking industry. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So, NPA is a huge thing for the banking industry, it seems like.
Yes.
So, is there any categorization of NPA?
Yeah, once account becomes NPA, na, there are three categories. The first one is once it is become NPA on the 91st day, it becomes substandard. Substandard, which is not standard, that is substandard. So it will remain for 12 months as substandard. Once after passage of 12 months, it will, downgrade to doubtful asset. So there are further three categories of doubtful one, two, three, and accordingly, provisioning will happen. And after the doubtful, there will be a loss asset. Loss asset means 100% provisioning. That means equals to the outstanding amount, and that account will be out of the bank balance sheet. So before going to NPA, what RBI has issued a guideline. Then before becoming NPA, if the account is irregular for 90 days, they have specified for three categories for first to 30th day. Try to understand from a one example. If you are remitting your installment of housing loan on first of every month, you know, so you have to pay it on the first day of every month, either through ECS or through check or through transfer or through standing instruction. But if you are unable to pay it on from first to first 30th day, it will be SMA zero, stressed mention account zero. Further, from 31st to 60th day, it will be SMA2, stressed mention account. Sorry, first one is zero, then first, and from 61 to 90th day, it is SMA2. So that is a probable NPA which is giving, hints to the branch or to the bank that your accounts are going to turn NPA. So you have to very careful while it has come to SMA 1 or 2. That means if it is regular for more than 30 days until 90th day. Okay, once it is passage of 90 days, it will be stamped as NPA. Then you cannot do anything. Either you have to recover the full amount or you have to recover the arrear account. Yes.
So, as we are seeing this too much into this NPA, like, what could be the possible reasons that why this NPA occurs?
Yeah, that's a good thing. Actually, there are n numbers of questions or like n numbers of things or measures which are like behind the rise of NPA in any bank. It may be, first thing what we accept in our internal bank branch, the defective lending process. If the credit appraisal, if you are processing any loan, and if your credit appraisal is weak, if you are following the outdated guidelines, the proper, appraisal is not good, the sanctioning authority has not vested with the, enough power to take the advanced knowledge or sanction the loan. Second, lack of proper pre-inspection inquiry of the loan before sanctioning of the limit. Like we can take the example if any unit is also already going in loss, so it is not advisable to give any loan to that particular unit because that account will definitely become NPA because it is already running in problem. So it is also advisable to take precautionary measures while sanctioning any loan. Then after that, once it is section or it is showing a hint of probable NPA, like so proper follow up is very much required. Regular inspection, regular visit, regular recovery process is very much required account before getting the account to become NPA. There are few other government guidelines are also there. If there is a change of any government policy which has directly affected that particular business model, just like we can take one example. Earlier we used to have a cemented pipes. Now that was replaced by plastic pipes. So those who were into
Right.
the business of making cemented pipes, like it was huge breakdown for them because of change of government policy of change of market trend. And apart from that, there are certain customers which are intentionally doing a default. They have the money, but they are not repaying it. I don't know what, there may be a number of reasons they are not making it, or they are making a willful default. They have the money, but they have diverted it to somewhere else. They have not used that money for that business purpose. So frauds are also there, changing of government policy, lack of experience also, mismanagement also, change of management also. There are a number of ways which could lead to increase in NPA.
Okay. So, as you were
Hmm.
saying, like there are willful default and
Hmm.
government intervention is there. So, can you
Hmm.
share any practical example through this?
Acha, willful default, whenever I talk about willful or fraud, two things I think we must be knowing or hearing about it. One case of Vijay Mallya, Kingfisher, and second case of PNB, Nirav Modi. So we'll talk about first Vijay Mallya case. It was a simple, type of mismanagement, first one, and second, lack of, taking good decision. Because in that case, Vijay Mallya was advised, he was into a business of United Breweries, that but he was making a beverage, you know, alcoholic beverage, and second, he was under a business of airlines. So what he wanted to expand his business. So his advisors suggested him not to go for expansion because it's not a right time to take much burden or much loan because it is very difficult to repay the loan. So, but he's a man of his vision. So he has uh, taken a loan and he purchased Deccan Airways that was already going in a losses. So he purchased that airways, but what has happened? It was under heavy, loss. It went under heavy loss again. So he was out of money at that time. So at that time, once again, actually, he involved in PMLA activity. PML means money laundering activity. So that also came into existence that he has done some money laundering act. So at that time, bank's intervention and ED, Enforcement Directorate intervention was required. So it happened because there was a huge. I think he has taken more than 9,000 crores of loan from 17 nationalized banks. Not 17 nationalized, but over Indian banks, 17 national banks. 9 crore of total money which he was not able to pay it. So he made an offer of 4,000 crore which was not accepted by the bank and it was refused. So there may be a like every big shot what they do the fraud or willful default and they get out of the country. So presently he's in UK, but the reason was behind his failure was lack of business strategy, then mismanagement, high operational cost because the fuel cost was very high at the time, and it was one of the finest airline at that time, Kingfisher. But due to improper or mismanagement, he turned into losses. So at that time, no, bank take two actions. First one, SARFAESI, and second, IBC. So we'll later, like by the passage of time, I'll speak about SARFAESI Act also or IBC insolvency and bankruptcy code. We'll discuss about that. But that through that, bank has taken possession over the property and auctioned of his maximum property. And the second thing we were talking about the fraud case of Mr. Nirav Modi and PNB. So, like, it was a dark side or black day of the banking fraternity because few of the officials of PNB was also found involved in the in this unfortunate incident. But it was moreover a LOU which was signed to foreign banks, which overall worth of rupees 11, more than 11,000 crores. But these are the intentional fraud which they are pre-planned or deliberately intentional fraud which they have conducted. So certain things which are not controllable by bank, and these things were like they are we one of them.
So, as we are discussing about these huge cases, like if we include
Hmm.
Kingfisher case or PNB case, so with
Hmm.
these cases, how the banking sector has impacted?
Yeah, actually, in layman language, what we understand when we have been like hearing about PNB, hearing about Yes Bank and other incident which has happened in the banking fraternity, we have a negative reputation risk. We take negative image of the bank. In general public language or in layman language, what I feel that if that bank, hello,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So, it rest the first primary thing is restriction of flow of cash because they general public they have a view that this bank is going to be closed in that by doing such a fraud if they think about 10,000 crore 11,000 crore, so it makes a negative image of the bank in front of the public in general. So what they try, I have to safeguard my money, so it's better to withdraw the money from the bank. I just keep it at home. So with this withdrawal, the same thing has happened with Yes Bank also. We can take this example also. What has happened with Yes Bank? It was going very well, but the asset quality of the bank was very bad. Various of the NPA account, they have not disclosed it. They have not marked those account NPA. They were showing in their book those account standard. So during 17 or 18, when RBI audit goes, our central bank is RBI only. So at that time, it was found that there is a sharp increase of NPA because they have not disclosed those accounts as NPA. They were showing those accounts, you know, standard in their books. So it was found, and it was I must like hidden, like you are you're not disclosing the thing to the central bank. It means your intention is magnified. So what that time they have changed the total management of the bank, and Yes Bank came into serious liquidation issue because on the side their asset qualities was so bad, and the second side the people are taking their money back. Like they are withdrawing their saving account deposit FD. So it became very drastical decrease in the value of the bank. So it was a liquidity crunch situation for them also, and after that it drain of the profit. If the NPA portfolio of any bank increases, it will reduce the profitability of the bank. It will increase the operational cost for them. So it is a very negative image or negative, thing for the bank if they are losing customer faith, if they are losing their deposits, and bad effect on the equity value also. We can see the Yes Bank. We can see Yes Bank share was, I think, more than 400, 500, and at the time of this liquidity crunch, it has gone down to 4 rupees, 20 rupees. Now it is trailing somewhere around 20, 25 rupees.
True, sir. So too much of crores. So, sir,
Hmm.
I wanted to ask, like, are there any measures that the borrower and the bank should take so that it reduces the NPA?
Yeah, there are various measures. Two things are there: preventive measures. Preventing means prevention is better than cure. So we have to take precaution for that because before coming, an account becomes NPA. First, for bank perspective, uh, develop a KYC. KYC means know your customer. Before lending any money, you have to thorough verify your customer. You have to thorough visit his factory. You have to understand his business model. You have to understand what is going in the industry, what is his credit worthiness, and is he able to repay the amount. That precautionary measure has to taken by bank. Second is, from the customer's perspective, which we usually do, if you are in the same line of business from last, 10, 20, 50, 15 years, so it is advisable they should uh, go for their business. So if you don't have any knowledge, like we are witnessing this during this, uh, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, various startups has come out. But in the same pace, they are coming forward, they are coming backward also. They are opening and they are closing because of less, managerial skill, less knowledge, less experience. So experience is very much required for running a business. Then, SMA follow-up, if account has becoming showing a signal of NPA, you have to follow up the account. Proper credit assessment is very it's required. And second one is curative measure. If the account has already become NPA, is showing a sign of NPA, there are measures that you can rephase the account, restructure the account. You can, if the account has become, you can go for compromise, you can go for OTS, you can go to, you know, uh, recovery, you can go to DRT, you can go under SARFAESI Act, you can go to, sale of asset to private treaty. Even you can go to IBC also.
Okay. So, as we were discussing with the Kingfisher case, you talked about the
Mhm.
SARFAESI Act. So,
Mhm.
what exactly is SARFAESI Act and how does it work?
Acha, before going to SARFAESI Act, actually, I would like to mention DRT because DRT is it has come before SARFAESI, long back before SARFAESI. DRT is a debt recovery tribunal. DRT is a code for bank. The main objective of DRT. it is a special type of civil court dealing exclusive for recovery of the bank loans. You know, it was created under Recovery and Death Due to Banks or FI Act in 1993. So their main purpose was to recover all the loan which have become NPA or outstanding, which have gone bad. But the primary objective was expedite recovery of big loans. But due to so many cases, it has the whatever we have expected to expedite recovery, it was not coming. So after that, during 2002, SARFAESI Act came into force. SARFAESI is I just tell you the full forms: Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Asset and Enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002. The objective of SARFAESI is to recover the dues of bank or financial institution without intervention of court. In under SARFAESI Act, the authorized officer means chief manager and above of the bank. They are vested with the power of quasi-judicial power of district magistrate. So there is a procedure under which bank has to follow SARFAESI guidelines. First, bank under section 13(2), bank has to issue a demand notice. So and so, sir, so and so amount is pending or is outstanding as on date for bank. You are advised to repay the loan and close the account. First, and they will give 60 days time for customer to repay the loan. If they repay it and close the account, this is very good. Otherwise, after 60 days, they go and take a physical or symbolic possession over the property. Again, they have to do a fixation of the property. Then so and so property has been under possession, symbolic possession of the bank. Okay. After 30 days of doing symbolic possession, bank has to go for the auction of the property. First, like bank has to take first, after 30 days, bank has to again go and take the physical possession. In the physical possession, bank has to go and lock the property through DM order or police protection by taking police protection and DM order. After passage of 30 days, bank has the authority of enforcement of security interest. Enforcement means bank can sell the property with proper procedure through e-auction, publication in two leading newspapers, one in Hindi and one in English, of the local, one in local language and one in English, in the local place. So there will be a transparent e-auction will be conducted, and bank will sell the asset and appropriate the proceeding out of the sale in the account. Yeah. The second one is DRT. DRT is recovery through intervention of the court, which is particularly for banks only. For the recovery of banks, is under that we have to go for law of limitation, because whenever we take the loan, we sign some papers, documents with stamp paper. So under that we go to a legal proceeding. If so and so person has taken loan and he has signed so and so paper legally, so we are asking about total outstanding which is pending right now. So he has to pay this amount through court. So these process will go recovery through DRT.
Okay. So, you were telling us in the SARFAESI Act that auction takes place and the selling of property. So, is there any example that has taken place in which the auction has been done?
Like since in the place, like in the case of Vijay Mallya, also it has done by under SARFAESI Act or through ED also, Enforcement Directorate. Like their intervention comes when there any criminal activity is involved, illegal or criminal activity, because it was come under PMLA, the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. It was found some money laundering activity was done at that time by Vijay Mallya. That's why their intervention was required. So through ED also it was done, and through IBC also. Bank can take the company to IBC also, Insolvency and Banking Code. We are witnessing of Bhushan Steel. There are n numbers of companies which are going to IBC for insolvency to pay the amount of the creditor. So NCLT, yeah, IBC in under NCLT. NCLT means National Company Law Tribunal. It is particularly till date for company also, but later or sooner they will also come with individual proprietorship, partnership companies also, partnership firms also.
Okay. So recently we are witnessing this COVID-19 situation. So
Yes, yes.
how much banking sector will be impacted because we are hearing about the moratorium scene as well. So
Mm.
is there any link of NPA with moratorium and COVID-19 with the
Yeah,
banking sector?
that's a very good question. Because during COVID situation, what we have seen that many of the firms have been due to lockdown, they have stopped working. There are no manufacturing, there are no marketing, there are no sign of liquidity, liquidity. Uh, uh, I must say that there is a no sign of flow in the liquidity flow in the market, है ना? On account of close of all business, on account of low manufacturing or no manufacturing. But reason being they have allowed moratorium because if you are not generating any profit, if you are not earning, how will you pay your installment, your interest? So that's why government has taken initiative twice to increase the moratorium. First for 3 months, another for again 3 months. Because if they would have not taken this step, now all accounts will go NPA. And and since we are witnessing this liquidity crunch in throughout central government or state government, no one has liquidity to pay their amount, installment amount or insurance amount. So again, since it was declared till August, but I am hopeful that they may increase because the market is not at its best. They have not 100% productivity or manufacturing or marketing. They are all working at very low level of production. They are doing it. So yes, it would have been impacted very adversely if government would have not rescued for general public or for business people for moratorium. And definitely after we can see the effect after 6 months or eight months also or 1 year also after the passage of this COVID situation that our economy slowdown will take place or it will be in the same way for another 1 year or 1.5 year, and it will take some 2 3 years for us or for banking and for the industry market also to take or to come at its best.
So this is going to be a tough year for the banking sector because of this COVID-19.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
in this case, so do you think that it will lead to a downfall in the banking sector and an increase in the NPA because of COVID-19?
Yeah, surely, definitely. The main worry about the government of the bank is increasing a rise of NPA. They are doing their all activity to control NPA, reduce NPA. Recently, also government have our honorable prime minister also and finance minister. They have also declared some relaxation package to all the industry to avoid the panic situation. They have I think declared 17 lakhs crore relaxation package in all the industry or in all the various sector of the bank of the society. And recently also for stressed assets also in the month of June they had they have provided relaxation package up to 15% of their equity and up to 75 lakhs. So they can be restructured if there is any provision that the sick industry would can they could be revived or they can be start working again. So banks are they saying their full support along with the intervention of the government of India financial ministry to come out all the to control the NPA and other issues which can which will not adversely affect the economic slowdown.
Okay. So as we are witnessing that government is doing mergers of the government banks. So
Yes.
is NPA one of the reasons for mergers?
Yeah. NP is also one of the reason, and second is customer service. What they are in a view, like actually, it has been a long vision of the government that why we are fighting with each other, why PSU are fighting with each other, because we can say we will see that one state bank branch is there, another PNB, then Allahabad Bank. So what they are in thinking to increase the better customer service, and there should be a competition between PSU and private banks. There should not be a competition between PSU versus PSU. So for better management, for better NPA resolution also. This is also one of the reason, because if one person is having an account in one bank, they could have they must be having an account with other bank also. The same account will be NPF in both the accounts because of any default or the willful default, or what could be the reason. So to have a grip over the all the NPAs, to provide good customer service, to have a fair or healthy environment in the market, they are doing this, like they are working on their ways.
Okay. So as I can see in the chat box, there's a question from the audience. So,
Yeah, please go ahead.
all right. So this question is from Dr. Siba Prasad. He's saying, "Good morning. This is Dr. Siba Prasad Dey, Principal, Government of College Education." Okay, sorry. He was just mentioning that I think he doesn't have any question. He was just mentioning. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So NPA is a huge thing, but why people have a very negative view about this NPA, and majority in terms of government bank?
Like in layman language, what we understand that, or what we go for, if we see that the portfolio of the bank, portfolio about means asset portfolio and deposit portfolio. The main thing for the bank is, main purpose of bank is taking deposit from the general public and lend the money. The same thing. You're taking money, you're lending the same. It is a chain. From lending money, you are earning interest, and for deposit, you are paying interest to general public. And this in between margin is your earning. Interest income is your earning. But if the amount you have lent it got stuck somewhere, or it is not generating profit for you. So what could be the reason? You cannot pay the interest to general public, and you cannot earn your profit also. So through NPA, increase in NPA, you're not able to earn the money. And in public, we understand the rise of NPA in PNB, in Bank of Baroda, or in SBI, or in other any PSU or private bank. We make an one imagination that this bank is going to fall. My money is at risk. It is better to take out of money. I'll keep it in my home, but it will be safe. But after that also, bank, what government has done, they have provided you with insurance of up to 1 lakh rupees. If anything happened to the bank, or if you have a deposit in that bank, it will not go anywhere. Up to 1 lakh, we are giving you insurance of that. है ना? So bank has many times, bank are government of India, they are also coming for rescue of the bank also, to avoid these panic situation. Because how market goes, it may go down due to rumors also. Wrong information may lead also slow down of the bank.
Okay.
I can see one question
Yes,
for Dr. Siva Prasad D. What is the contribution of moratorium in reducing financial stress in present situation? Okay, we have already talked about that, but let me come again to this point. Actually, sir, what has happened? First of all, this is a very good question, because we are witnessing this, economic slowdown of banking issues during this COVID situation, or we are coming up with, good resolution plan. Government of India also, Finance Ministry also, banks also are coming with good resolution plan. So, what is the reason behind giving moratorium? Because all the units, all the business or activity manufacturing have locked down, because government has restricted all the units for working for 2-3 months almost. Lockdown 1, 2, 3, lockdown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So reason being, they are not able to generate any business. They're not able to generate any income out of that. Or how they are planning, how they pay it, they make they plan their business like that. Only they are generating their income, and they pay certain portion of that they are paying as an interest or installment. If they are taken term loan, they will be paying term loan installment. If they are taking CC limit or OD limit, they will be paying interest portion of that. But since you are not able to generate any income, how would you pay to the bank? If you are not would not pay to the bank, it will lead to increase in NPA. to avoid this situation, what government of India has done, they have come up with moratorium period. Moratorium period means they have given 3 months time. That 3 months you are relaxed. You need not to pay any interest amount or any term loan, but that interest of interest you have to pay. That minute amount that you have to pay, so that no penalty or no other issue will be there. So for first 3 months they have done it. Again they came to know that it will go that the situation of COVID will still prevailing. So we have to go for another round of moratorium. So again they have declared a moratorium period till August. Uh, that's why government intention was pretty much required to avoid the increase in NPA during this COVID situation. That's why they have come up with a plan to increase the moratorium time for further, into installment, and we are hopeful that one more shot of the increase in moratorium we can expect in near future.
Okay. So as we have short of time, I would like, is there are there anyone who wants to have any questions? So they can write it in the chat box.
Yeah, if anyone is interested to share his experience about NPA or anything they have, come across, hearing about anything, listening about any NPA and its resolution or any query.
I think we have no questions as of now, sir.
Mhm.
So any tips that you want to share, sir, with our audience
Yeah,
related to
any,
NPA?
yeah. To my juniors or young person who are opting for MBA or doing it, or aspiring NPA, MBA. I just want to tell them, don't go with the market sentiments. You have to take your own idea. You have to believe in your own thoughts. You have to do a proper analysis of what actually is happening, what are the current topics to enhance your knowledge, and you have to very good with housekeeping. What we are like, I have been come across the problems, or we have been seeing that we have been working so hard, we are very sincere, but where we lack about the housekeeping of the thing, whatever it is related to your documents, own documents, or if you're working in any firm, if you're working any job, so you have to be very careful with your housekeeping, and you have to be
Okay.
very updated since it's a financial crisis. We have been witnessing other things. We are also witnessing, so we have to be very updated about all the financial crisis or other things.
Okay, sir. So is there any other diploma course that if someone is interested into the loan department, they can go for it?
Not exactly the diploma courses, but IIBF is there. So they are providing with different certification throughout. It may be, loans. It may be related to forex. It may be related to treasury and other part of the department you are working in the bank. So it is always advisable and usable in profit, in your near future. And learning or doing diploma or certification courses are already advisable to enhance your knowledge, because it will pay you not now but in future also. So you have to invest in yourself right now, and it will contribute yourself in near future also.
Thank you, sir. So with this, we would like to end our webinar session. Thank you so much, sir, for
Yeah.
your valuable knowledge and guidance. I hope our juniors will be able to follow and they will achieve success in their career. And with this, I would also like to thank our Triple M fraternity for remembering us
Hmm.
and for providing us this opportunity to be a part of this Dharohar webinar. So, how are you feeling, sir, after
Yeah,
coming
it's
back to this
indeed
Triple
my
M?
pleasure and my Yeah, it's indeed my pleasure and my privilege to be a part of this conversation. I'm very, delighted. I'm feeling very delightful that our faculty have chosen us to speak about this topic, and always miss my college, and but this is a good way that interaction is happening. We are coming with Dharohar as an alumni meet. So, but next time I hope it is hopeful that we'll be coming in the college campus and we'll be doing this seminar in college premise only.
Sure, sir. I'll give this feedback to our college.
Yeah, thank you so much, and
Thank
I
you,
just
sir.
want to thank all the my Tripline family, my all faculty members, because they have always guided me, blessed me, you know, show me the right direction.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time. And I think we will meet soon again.